Welcome to the live stream. I'm very excited to be here. Thanks so much for your patience. We're starting a little bit late because we have been having technical difficulties, as will happen when you are doing things live. All right, welcome. I was chit-chatting for a while and then realized my audio wasn't even coming through. So, hey everyone. Welcome to this Friday live masterclass. It's about 5 Black Friday, Cyber Monday e-commerce strategies. And I'm really excited to be chatting about this topic today because we still have time to make the holiday season a success. We have a little more than a month before Black Friday weekend on this day, October 24th. So there's still time to organize something for yourself and have a really successful holiday season. And I'll be sharing resources to help you make that happen. Just some housekeeping before I get started today. So I'm streaming on YouTube Live. Hello, if you're watching on YouTube. I'm also streaming on Facebook Live for JoyDeck members. On YouTube Live, that's public, so you won't get access to all of the private resources unless you do a free 30-day trial of JoyDeck, but I still do have a lot of really great resources for you. And then on Facebook Live, I will show you guys all the resources that you get access to. So I'm very excited to get into this topic today. Also, in the comments on both YouTube and Facebook, we have the lovely Rebecca. She is the Joya team member, and she will be assisting with comments and questions. So as I'm talking, she will be passing along any questions or feedback to me from you guys if you have any questions about anything. And I'm keeping an eye on that so that I can also answer all your questions live. I do want to point out 2 things. Rebecca will be sharing a link. So let me share my screen in just 1 second. Okay. So we have a BFCM quiz. If you haven't taken it already and you're still kind of trying to figure out your Black Friday, Cyber Monday strategy, this will give you some guidance and clues about what might be right for you. And I would suggest if you haven't taken it, today is a great day to do that because as I said, there's still time. So even if you figured out something today, you could decide, what you wanted to do into the holiday season. So if you've been wondering if a sale is worth it right now, it's a 15-question quiz. You'll get a clear answer by the end. No judgment, no one size fits all, just a strategic gut check for you. And Rebecca will be sharing this URL in the comments. It's joydeck.fillout.com/BFCM, but we're going to drop it in the comments for you so that you can easily access that. Also, I do want to tell you about JoyDeck. For the JoyDeck members that are watching, you will get the replay of this masterclass as well as access to our entire Black Friday and holiday season resource hub. And I'll just click on that really quick to show you what's in there. So there's kind of like a gut check to see what might work for you this holiday season in terms of sales. We also have different ideas for promotions and discounts if you're interested in trying something new. We have plug and play social media campaign concepts, content strategy, gift guide, blog post template. I know that that's a thing that comes up a lot. I get a lot of questions about that. Holiday gift guide creation step by step, video scripts for social media promotion, email templates, and more. So there's really a lot available for you. You have to be a JoyDeck member to access all of that. And you can access that by going to myjoydeck.com and my computer is very slow today, by clicking free trial here at the top to start your free 30-day trial. So that's it. Let's get into the topic at hand. I want to talk about 5 Black Friday, Cyber Monday strategies that you can try out. Thank you, Laura, for joining. Laura said she already took the quiz and she loves how all the resources are organized on one page. Yes, we did update that recently. We're trying to centralize everything, so I'm glad that you noticed and that you like that. All right. So Black Friday is not this like universal win strategy. It's going to look different for everyone. The timing's going to look different. The promotion is going to look different. Whether or not you participate is going to be different for every brand. It really depends on your brand DNA, your price margins, what you think your customers would be expecting from you, and also how much warm up you've done this year. Like, how consistent have you been talking to them, and how have you positioned them like up until now? And what I mean by that is like, if this is just a year where for whatever reason you haven't been super consistent with your marketing, maybe you had like something personal you had to deal with, or whatever reason, you just haven't been in the game this year, I would probably not recommend like starting November 1st because your audience is going to be wondering, where have you been all year? So it depends on so many things, and that quiz will kind of help you understand what might be right for you. But basically, I'm going to be covering 5 approaches, whether Black Friday, Cyber Monday is for you, or if you should choose something else completely. So when you take that quiz, it will give you an answer. And hi, Megan, by the way, on YouTube. I'm just noticing the comments coming through from Rebecca. All right. So actually, tell me, those who are watching, Laura, Megan, anyone else, let us know in the comments if you took the quiz, what was the result? I would love to know what result you got, and if you think that it matched kind of what you already knew in your gut, and if you already have an idea of what you're going to do. Did it help? Did it not help? Was it aligned? Let us know in the comments. So for some brands, Black Friday, Cyber Monday is going to be a strong yes. It's perfect for you. You, in your pricing strategy, have built in the margins to do like one deep discount period once a year, and it's not going to stress your pricing model. You and or your team or whoever helps you can handle like a higher volume surge, which is very possible to happen during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. That's actually like a thing that a lot of people don't think about. That suddenly there could be a big volume of sales. So be sure that you are mentally and practically prepared for that. And you typically have a boost in Q4, and you want to keep nurturing that. So some approaches for our clients that are really good fits for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, a lot of things that we do with them, tiered discounts can be a really good idea for a brand. So instead of having hi, Carillas. Instead of having a blanket like site-wide discount, a tiered discount can give you some options give your customers some options, and also encourage higher spends. If you think about things like your average order value, the average price point on your site, where you kind of want people to be spending, you can set up those tiers to make it very tempting for someone who would typically buy only at a certain price point to maybe add like one more thing to their cart just so they could get a bigger discount. I know I am very guilty of doing that on when I order takeout. When I order on Uber Eats, sometimes they will have like a minimum order, and oftentimes it will make more sense and be a better value to add like another side or a drink, and you'll get a bigger discount. Plus, you get a nice treat. So thinking about how you can always encourage people to add more to their cart. Also, you can do that with the shipping strategy as well. So if you do a site-wide Black Friday discount, maybe think about what that shipping threshold might be to encourage people to add more to their cart, and might as well get some free shipping. So another thing we've been doing a lot this year, especially with clients for whom this applies, because it obviously doesn't apply to everyone. Some consumers can have like a discount fatigue. There's a lot of marketing coming at us every single day. And we kind of are trained to think as consumers like, oh, okay, well, if I'm not ready to buy right now, but there's a sale, maybe I should just wait to the next one because there'll probably be another sale. If you create scarcity, if you create FOMO, if you really emphasize like this is your best chance for this best thing at this time of year, you'll be much more likely to get people to pay attention to you, especially at a really high distraction time, like that Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend, like the lead up to Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. So if you do have limited stock pieces, if you sell one of a kinds or limited runs, or if you have inventory that you are retiring, or you might not get a color restocked, whatever like form of scarcity that you can think of, I think to add that on top of whatever promotion you're doing is going to really help you get people to pay attention more. What doesn't work is kind of just having like an ongoing, how do I say this? If you're a brand that discounts a lot and Black Friday doesn't feel special or more urgent, there's not a good chance that people are going to pay attention to that. So sometimes we even look for ways to like manufacture or create urgency. For example, maybe you come up with a limited edition product or a limited edition gift with purchase that's only available for that extended long weekend. That could be a way to kind of create the same feeling, even if you don't have inventory that qualifies for last chance or limited. Yes. And then one other thing I want to say about if you are doing the Black Friday, and it is for you, Black Friday tends to attract a lot of first-time shoppers with your brand, which is great. These could be people that have been like watching you all year long. They've been fans, they've been on your email list, but whatever, they're distracted. Maybe they wanted to save up their holiday gift money, whatever the reason may be. And when you have that big best discount of the year, they will finally make their first purchase with you. I know me personally as a consumer, I have done that before. Like brands I've always wanted to try, brands I've been curious about, it kind of like gives you the permission to shop. But you don't want all of that new traffic, all of that new business to go to waste. And it's really important to have a strong like post-purchase sequence that is following up with those customers that purchase in Black Friday. And just in general, like making sure your email marketing program is really strong so that those people continue to stay engaged. And maybe even you have some kind of perk for them in January when it becomes slower, when sales may slow down for you to engage them to come back because you are fresh in their mind. Maybe they bought your product, maybe they bought your product as a gift. Let's say it went over so well. Let's pretend you bought a necklace for your daughter. It was like a little bit of a gamble. You weren't sure if your daughter would like it. And your daughter is like, oh my God, Mom, this is the nicest, best present I've ever gotten. She's so excited. She wears it all the time. You, as the gift giver, are a hero. And now you have really good positive feelings associated with that brand. You are going to keep coming back. You know, you have found within the person has found within themselves like a win that they're now associating with the brand. So you have a chance to keep engaging that customer and getting them to be a customer for life. All right, I'm just going to pause and check the comments. Megan said, I feel like my pricing model keeps changing due to the increase in price of gold. I totally feel you on that. I don't even know what to say. I know how difficult it has been for brands that work with precious metals to try to anticipate and keep up with all the changes. I don't know any jewelry brand that is not struggling with this right now. A lot of them are trying their best to like resist price changes and increases for as long as they possibly can. But there's a point where you have to consider that in your pricing strategy. So I have no good advice or answers for you there, but I know that you are not alone in that feeling. Laura said that getting the probably not result was really validating, and she'll be out of town for the week after Thanksgiving, and her daughter is getting married the week before Thanksgiving. I remember you have told me that before, and that's so exciting. What a great time to have a wedding and get the family together. And also, yeah, that's why I was talking about like personal life stuff before. You can think of the holiday season and your business just in terms of business, but like we have lives too, and some of us don't want to be dealing with all of this extra business stress and hubbub around a time that you might want to be spending with your family. So totally valid. All right, so let's keep rolling. Feel free to keep dropping questions in the comments. And I will answer them as soon as I see them. So there's this version of Black Friday where you do like a strategic participation in it. Like you're not going full force, blitz, Black Friday, but you're doing a version that is like more aligned with what your audience wants or more selective in what you offer. And again, I think that you have to be a brand that's been consistently communicating with your audience throughout the year. You have an engaged group of people that pay attention to you. It could be small. It doesn't even matter the size, as long as you've had that engagement throughout the year. And you want to stay competitive. You want to participate, but maybe you don't want to dilute your brand. If you're a higher end brand or a luxury brand, you don't want to undercut brand equity. You can do like a targeted small discount, even 15 to 25%, rather than some big blowout like in the 30% or the more tiered options like the buy more, save more. So even a smaller discount just to feel like you are participating in the festivities, since a lot of consumers will expect that anyway. Or forget the percentage discounts altogether and think about the focus on gifting. So there are some brands that they don't do the site-wide discount. They don't do the tiered discount. They will have like bundles giftable sets, giftable products, a certain selection of products on their site that are priced right, priced in an attractive way for gifting, but it's not like a blanket site-wide discount where you're just, discounting everything basically. And with that kind of approach, if you have that engaged audience, you can leverage audience segmentation to talk about these products in different ways. So maybe you have a group of VIPs and you present these giftable products, these giftable bundles in a really personal way, or you give them early access to it, extended access. Alternatively, you can just target that to new people who have come on your list. And there are a lot of different ways to do it. And that way you are somewhat participating in the discounting season without, just going nuts and like putting everything on sale. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Megan says, I am feeling, excuse me, I am feeling a medium version tiered sale that is less than the previous year and maybe a gift with purchase for a certain tier. I love a more creative approach to a promotion. My only suggestion would be make sure it's clear and easy to understand. When you have like a lot of different components to a promo, it could get confusing. So you just want to make sure in literally like 2 seconds of reading something that your customer can understand what it is, what they have to do, how to do it. Okay, so if you're a maybe, if you're like on the fence, you haven't figured it out, you have never done Black Friday before, you're wary of any sort of discounting altogether, there are ways to still be promotional and festive and show like customer appreciation without doing a discount. So that could be in the form of perks, exclusives, collabs, things like free shipping, if that's something you don't usually do, or free upgraded shipping, especially as we get closer and closer to shipping cutoffs. There will always be people who are shopping last minute. It's just a truth of the universe. There will always be last minute shoppers. No matter how well you prepare your audience, no matter how much you emphasize your shipping deadlines, there will always be people who wait till the last minute. And there will always be people who very much appreciate a free upgraded shipping. And that can feel very premium and exclusive if you are communicating it, and you are communicating it in such a way that provides assurance and confidence that you will be the hero who gets the gift to the customer in time despite their procrastination. Another thing I love to see, like gift wrapping or like special gift packaging that is truly ready to just give. So the person can receive the item in the mail and they don't even have to do anything. It's good to go. And perhaps that's an exclusive add-on that you offer. It's not a standard thing. You only do it in a certain time frame. If you do something like that, it's always nice to show what the packaging looks like and to really put thought into it and make it feel special and on brand. Or other add-ons. I sort of mentioned gift with purchase. That could be a nice thing to add. Some kind of seasonal product. I did touch upon limited edition items earlier as like a way to create exclusivity, but something that feels more special to the time of year, as well as giving your most loyal buyers early access to whatever these things are. Obviously, that wouldn't apply to the shipping upgrade, but maybe the gift wrap piece or whatever, the seasonal exclusive. And I know that Megan asked me yesterday about gift guides. Was it yesterday? I can't remember. Earlier this week, she asked me about gift guides. And this, if you're in the maybe lane, actually, and if you're in any lane, but especially the maybe lane, a really curated, excuse me, a really curated, special feeling, personal and thoughtful gift guide, I think people pay attention to them, in my experience, especially if they are fun and unique. I see a lot that are just so, I don't know, boring. I don't know what the right word is. Like ChatGPT wrote them. But if you as the business owner know your products inside and out, let's say you were doing a pop-up or you had an in-person event and you had a customer that said, hey, I'm shopping for my sister-in-law and she's like this and that, like what product would you recommend? And you would probably right off the top of your head have a recommendation and why, and have a lot of confidence about recommending that product. So think about how you can translate that advice that you would give to people in a really personal way through a gift guide. A lot of the brands we work with sometimes will even do multiple versions of gift guides just to have different ones to apply for different marketing purposes. So sometimes it is appropriate to just have a price point gift guide because that's practical and people do shop that way. So like gifts under whatever is your minimum price point. Gifts, like high-end gifts over a certain amount. And then you can also do a gift guide by recipient. And that really depends on your brand. For example, we've done gift guides in the past I'm thinking of one jewelry brand in particular that their target audience just tended to be like a woman who is typically like a busy mom, treating herself or treating a close friend who's also a mom. They're all of a certain age. And this gift guide was like jewelry for every type of mom. And we thought about like different mom archetypes. And we made it really fun and kind of, really illustrated like who each of these people are so that someone could really imagine what this piece would look like with a certain personality type. You can think about your friends, you could think about your family members, like who would I gift what piece to, and just make it fun. And I think the way to make it the most effective is to keep it visual. So obviously have pictures of your products in there, but if you can somehow tie it back to your lifestyle, photography, or have other visuals in there, laying it out in such a way that's easy to read and digest, and then spinning that out into email campaigns, into social media posts. Like that's a way to just participate in this season of gifting without necessarily having to have a discount. And you're offering value by doing that because you're literally helping suggest products for your customers. Drop any comments that you have about gift guides or anything else. I love that. Megan says that her go-to is the mother-in-law. She's usually the hardest, and she shares that truth in her guide. I like that. Yeah, mother-in-laws, how do you shop for them? My mother-in-law really loves the spirit of gift giving, and she's so good at buying gifts for other people, and she's always showering her family members with gifts. But then, yes, what to get the mother-in-law? Like, you have to reciprocate that back. Okay, so 2 more lanes I want to cover. There's the probably not. I probably don't want to participate in discounting. This is for you're a luxury or premium positioned brand. You're just not going to participate because you know that the people who are looking for this type of more premium gift are going to come to you no matter what, and they're not necessarily going to expect a discount because they know you are premium priced. Also, if you're a brand that has really nailed down your storytelling and you are amazing at talking about value and talking about your products in an elevated way that just doesn't align with like a price slashing kind of vibe, then yeah, probably not for you. But some of the same things I've already talked about apply here. Limited edition, something that's collectible. So for example, I mean, this is kind of limited edition or exclusive to holiday, but what about an ornament or something more seasonal that feels luxe, or even an experience? If you cater to a local in-person audience, if you have a studio or a space, perhaps part of a gift bundle would be like an actual experience that a person can have. We have a client, this isn't holiday related and necessarily. Sorry, I'll address that in a sec. This isn't holiday related, but we have a client that for people that purchase custom engagement or wedding jewelry over a certain price point, she treats them to an experience that includes things related to the engagement. Like I believe part of it is like a mini photo shoot if they're local, and then some other perks related to her local community to like pamper the couple. It also makes me think a lot about housewarming gifts. Like I know that realtors will sometimes buy their clients like a gift or a basket or some kind of experience to congratulate them on the purchase of their home, which is obviously a big purchase, and gifting them this like experience that will help them enjoy the thing that they've just bought. So that's another way to approach. And also perhaps thinking about collabs or strategic partnerships with brand partners that align with you. Megan said a tip for the mother-in-law is to make it about kids and grandkids. I like that. And maybe something to consider for gift guides as well if you have products that relate to that. And then lane 5 is like, I'm just skipping Black Friday, Cyber Monday 100%. Don't want to like think at all about participating in holiday because maybe you're already even focused on 2026. Maybe you're focused on new launches, on building a wait list, on creating pre-orders for some kind of luxury product or experience that you're launching. You may want to touch on some of the festive elements of the holiday season in your storytelling. You may not. This may be a time of year where you just decide to rest because you have other things planned for the new year. But I'm giving you permission to not participate at all for whatever reason that you may have. So what questions do you guys have about Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or not, and just dipping out? Maybe you're doing holiday, maybe not, that I can answer for you. I do have in my head a few questions that were submitted prior to this stream. One of our members asked about timing. So we have the traditional weekend, which is, wow, I should know this off the top of my head by now. Okay, I was just confirming in my calendar here, November 28th to December 1st. So November 28th is Black Friday, December 1st is Cyber Monday. There's also Small Business Saturday on November 29th and Giving Tuesday on December 2nd. So the question that was submitted by our member was like, can I still do like a festive Black Friday-esque discount, either one day or multi-day, but like just choose a different time? And I say, yes, of course you can. I would just consider like how that fits into the world of shopping. So I will say that I think at this point of the year, today, late October, unless you are being very clear with your customers that like whatever sale you're doing now or before Black Friday is like your best sale, and you are being very transparent and adequately preparing, and you know that your customers will respond favorably to that. I say all that because I think a lot of consumers are just waiting at this point. Like they know the big discounts are coming, and so they're not pulling the trigger on purchases unless it's something that they kind of already know that they want and they saw that the brand is doing a promotion now or whenever it may be. And then as we get into November, I think that there is Veterans Day on November 11th, which more traditionally is like weirdly a retail sale time, Veterans Day sales. And I think the year just kind of starts to spiral for a lot of people. They start having holiday obligations and plans and travel and prep, and everyone's kind of getting their ducks in a row before Thanksgiving. So you do want to consider that and make sure your messaging is aware of how your customers are behaving and like everything else they have going on in their lives. But it is, if you are positioning it right, it is an opportunity to step outside the noise of that weekend, because it is a noisy weekend. A lot of brands participate. I know for me, I am subscribed to email and SMS for a lot of brands. And on a normal day that's not Black Friday, I get I'm bombarded with marketing messages. Now, I know that that is not the norm because I do it partially for research and partially because I like some of these brands. And not everyone is like subscribed to that many things, but I know Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend, like I'm not even going to know what to look at. My head's going to be spinning. I have to go into it with like a list of things that I'm planning to buy for gifts or for myself that I want to stock up on, et cetera, because otherwise it can just make your head spin. And again, that's not every consumer's experience, but I would say generally it's a very overwhelming, saturated weekend. So I'm saying all these things to just consider. You can also skip and wait until December, depending on when your ship deadlines are. There is a chance that people will have like spent their holiday gifting budget already. But some people may still be looking for a gift for themselves or for a loved one, and you may be the answer to that need. Laura is asking, any advice on how to use my gift guide instead of a Black Friday, Cyber Monday promo? This is where I want to put most of my focus in addition to holiday markets. Yeah, I think email is a great place to share that. And social media, of course, but having like the one gift guide, and then in email, you can break it out in different ways. Like maybe you have in your email featured gift of the week, like, oh, your customers have really been loving this product. They've been viewing it a lot. It's been super popular. You can make this up, Laura. It doesn't have to even be real. It's just a product you want to put a spotlight on. You can always link to the full gift guide, but like call out different aspects of it in different ways. Show it on social media. You could do a carousel of all the gifts in your gift guide. You can do a featured product of the day, like in your stories. Yeah, there are a lot of different ways to do it. What I wouldn't do is just make the gift guide and then don't show it anywhere. You could even consider changing your email pop-up at this time of year to say whatever your welcome offer is, plus get my holiday gift guide, and just add a block in your welcome email that links to your gift guide. You would just want to make sure you shut it off after it is no longer relevant. I think it's easy to forget that. But that's another way to leverage it for those new customers that want to know where to start their shopping journey. So hopefully that answers your question. And then Megan says, I'm considering starting Monday before just to space out production. I had 72 orders in 3 days last year and it was too much. Wow. Yes. I mean, it's a good problem to have though. And I think that that's a really good idea. It also gives people some time to browse and to not be in the overwhelm of all the messaging and all of that. So I really like that idea. All right, we have about 5 minutes left, so I just want to give the overview of what you all should know. So let me share my screen. Okay, just a reminder, and Rebecca will pop this link in the comments, the Black Friday Cyber Monday quiz. It's pretty in-depth. We were very excited about developing this because we think it will really lead you towards some clarity if you don't already have it. And even if it's like too late for you this year to figure all of this stuff out and you want to pre-think for next year, this is a really good resource for you. Also for JoyDeck members, we have the full resource kit, including the Black Friday and holiday season resource hub, the quiz link, and of course the challenge. We can't forget about that. So this is part of October's like running challenge, and the deadline to submit is next Friday, which is Halloween. And Laura, I would encourage you to submit. So you will decide whether to participate in this year's Black Friday Cyber Monday promotions and share your plans with us. And kind of explain what you have going on. I know Laura basically told us in the comments, but since you did it, you might as well submit also. These are for JoyDeck members only, just so you know. However, you can, if you're not a JoyDeck member, sign up for a free trial by going to myjoydeck.com and clicking free trial. You get the 30-day trial and you get access to resources like this, as well as access to enter the challenge. And then with these challenges, one winner every month gets randomly picked to get a free Swift on-demand service from the JoyDeck shop. which you can also see at myjoydeck.com. The Swift on-demand service are these like quick hit services that we offer as one-offs to help you tune up your marketing. JoyDeck members always get 50% off the $99 price, but those who enter the challenge that are JoyDeck members get a chance to enter and win one for free. It's really fun. It's a lot of good value, and we're excited about it. So yeah, take the quiz, become a JoyDeck member. If you're not, check out the JoyDeck shop and start a free trial if you're not already a JoyDeck member. All right, everyone, thanks very much for joining the live stream today. It was really fun to be here with you. I hope you have some kind of clarity and direction for Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. If you're a JoyDeck member, you can always message us if you have questions as they come up over the next month and few days. We'll be really excited to help you with that. And I hope you have an amazing weekend and get some rest before this big holiday season comes at us. All right, everyone, have a